He caught Peter with bread one time and took it with no hesitation. And that was
not asking. Yeah, I'm so behind on rip that when somebody says it, nah.
Like, bro, you start drinking your water, I'm like, SXY! And today we got the brokest. And we got the brokest in fiction. Off rip, bro from Chainsaw Man. He gotta be there.
Okay.
He gotta be there. Naruto,
yeah, I was gonna say Naruto.
Naruto, Chainsaw Man.
Shoot.
Featuring Yo-Yo.
Brokest person in fiction. Spider-Man. But
hey man, you already know the vibes. Be sure to check out my stuff.
Not Yo-Yo.
Be sure to check out Stanley's stuff.
Stanley Live.
And let's just get straight into
I
it.
checked your bank account and I thought, man.
Someone said I did a debt spread. That's actually funny.
I'm back in the negatives, and not for the first time as well. I think we can all agree that we need money, cash, dinero, to do practically anything in this world.
Me.
Alone survive. But unfortunately, not everyone has access to generational wealth. Most of us are broke. However, today I'm gonna be shedding light on characters who were broker than you and I. Characters that couldn't keep the lights on. Characters that couldn't buy anything but...
It's like he names a character and they're not broken than us.
So damn, he kind of got money.
No, bro, that would be crazy, bro. Like, I don't even got bread on my plate right now.
Besides bread, characters like...
Spider-Man.
Oh! W predict.
I want to begin by saying I have nothing against Peter Parker. As a matter of fact, I loved Spider-Man growing up. However, I think we can all agree that he is indeed a broke-ass nigga. In particular, Spider-Man 2 and 3. I mean, he was literally running from the rent man, because anytime Mr. Dickovich saw him, all he heard was
Rent.
He caught Peter with bread one time and took it with no hesitation. And that was
not asking. Yeah, I'm so behind on rip that when somebody says it, nah.
Like, bro, you start drinking your water, I'm like,
give me that.
his birthday money as well. I would have been seeing red if that was me. Because do you know how expensive New York is? Peter was working 2 jobs and still struggled to stay afloat.
and also getting his freaking fibula broken by god villains, bro. I'll be so if I had to fight Sandman and clock in tomorrow.
I got thrown by a metallic octopus.
Bro, I'm telling you, do not give me superpowers. I don't love you enough to save you
at all.
I don't.
Oh yeah, I'm not becoming a superhero outside of like protecting me.
Bro.
Yeah.
Motherfucking god. The Hulk could be terrorizing New York City right now, and my superpower could literally be touching you and you die, and I'm not fighting the Hulk.
Yeah, I'm not getting there.
I'm not doing it. I'm not like I don't love you enough, bro. I don't.
I'm not gonna get thrown through a wall
at all.
All right, so he was working one job. I have to give Peter his ratings though. He was truly a hero for the love of the game.
Love of the game, for the love of the game, because he was getting nothing else.
I'm type nigga to save you and take a little bit out your wallet.
What?
Like a convenience. Hey, Stanley, thank you so much for saving my life. I'll pull out my phone like, yeah. Like, no cap, bro. Don't even worry about it, bro. This one.
Yo, oh my God, that car almost hit me. Yeah, no, for sure. Look at you talking. You better not hit 15. You better not hit 15.
No cap.
What are you talking about, bro?
What if Lil Brown was in danger? I would swap my life with his.
Because if I was him, there is no way I'm going to be a superhero and broke. I'm sorry. These are mutually exclusive events. You think I'm going to be out here saving the people of New York, doing better work than the police force for free? Miss me with that. Someone better send me that check, otherwise I'm going to turn into a problem. And that is why I can never become a hero. For those who have a good memory of Spider-Man 2, you might recall the scene where Doc Ock was robbing the bank and was literally giving Peter the bag. And I'm over here thinking, bro, you need that. You have 2 outfits in your closet. Go get your drip up. Or more importantly, go get a nicer place that comes with a bigger bed, because I know you brought no baddies to this crib. Like I said, no baddies. I still can't believe he went and bought MJ a ring. Ugh.
Hold on, Prime MJ was, come on, bro. We gotta be a little respectful.
I'm lactose intolerant, bro.
Prime MJ was some, come on,
no,
bro.
as a lactose intolerant nigga who can still appreciate, you know what I'm saying, beauty. No, I think he's bugging.
Yeah, I think
he's bugging.
Cool
She's cute on some Y2K stuff.
On some, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Gwen better?
Gwen better.
No.
First of all, I'm a Zendaya. I'm a Zendaya all the way. But between Gwen and MJ.
MJ.
Yeah, I go MJ. Yeah, I go MJ. I can't even hot take it.
From the gym.
Damn. Hey!
No, it's not.
And he had to corner it as well. The shopkeeper really put that option on display as soon as he saw Peter. Bro must have felt the poverty from a mile away. It may be a different movie, but Peter was still dodging rent like Rod Wave dodging salads. Mr. Dickovich tried to ask for the payment one time, but came across a black Peter. And guys know he was always on timing in more ways than one.
Crazy.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Incredible.
There is no way I can do a video about being broke and not include everyone from Squid Game.
Oh, that's such a good one. That's
Type.
such a
No bill is ever putting me in this situation.
Yeah, no cap.
I ain't gonna lie.
They were
bro.
so broke their life was on the line in the game or out of the game. Yeah. That's how broke they were.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Netflix, you got it, bro.
Yeah.
Apple Music, you got it, bro. I'm
Yeah.
not doing the Squid Game to pay you off.
This was amazing levels of
I'm not doing the Squid Game to pay my rent.
Yeah. How much players
Everyone
were in Squid Game?
Huh?
How much players were in Squid Game?
I don't know.
What like number do you think you would have finished in? Like if it was 500
Zero.
players, you don't think you would have got past the?
No, I would have. I'm not doing it though. The second.
No, right. But if you're in Squid Game, like you get past the red light, green light.
But that's the only one that requires skill. Everything else has like a tinge of luck in it, and like I'm good.
You have bad luck. I'm not going.
No, like
No offense.
no, like I know my stats, bro. If it's skill and strength, I'm good. The second you put luck in it, I'm getting the umbrella, bro.
So
I'm getting the umbrella. I'm getting the umbrella.
So 300, 305,
Yeah.
like you're dead.
I'm getting the umbrella, bro.
I wouldn't have gotten the umbrella. I wouldn't have gotten the triangle either, though. I probably would have got like the,
on
the
everything
circle.
I love, I know I would have gotten the umbrella.
Here was
That is
suffering from
crazy.
crippling debt. The masked men started bailing out people and I was hearing some crazy numbers being thrown up. This guy had a debt of over $1 billion, which is like
Damn,
700k. And that leads me to ask two questions. Who
was dying over 700 bands?
Yeah. Oh yeah, no.
If I have to up 700 bands for my life, I could up 700 bands. For my life?
For your life.
For my life?
What are you doing? Like not content creation. 'Cause
Right.
obviously- How are you making 700?
Right. First, I would probably start off realistically. Like, do I start with any bread?
You know
or do I
what?
start at
I
zero?
might just take the L and go straight to the army.
Army works.
I would just join the army.
Yeah, I would probably not go to the army. I'm not gonna lie, because I still feel like putting my life on the line. I probably would have started off garage selling until I got like a good amount, and then I would have tried to like flip it.
Reason I'm
and
going to
started
the
doing
army.
Other shit.
Reason I'm going to the army. The loan sharks are not breaking into the barracks to kill me.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I just can't settle down.
But
with
you
a
know what
family.
it is though? They go after your family next on some shit.
Die every day.
Bro, I'm nigga, that's me.
Hey, bro, you.
Who is lending you such copious amounts of bread? And how are you losing all of it? I know some of these people definitely got scammed. Imagine having to go on Squid Game because you got set up by Jane, who lives 1 mile away. I think I would
Yeah,
cry
I'm
for a
OD
week.
good.
Although
That is
Keon's
so
debt
crazy, Tyler.
wasn't as wild as $1 billion, it's definitely still up there. He owed money to the bank and worst of all, loan sharks. The situation got so bad that he was forced to sign away his physical rights. And what that means is, if he's unable to pay them on the next installment, they were allowed to sell his organs. And it doesn't help his case that he's also got a gambling addiction. Loans plus gambling equals hardship. This is a well-known equation. He didn't
Yeah,
have the
100%.
means to gamble, nor was he able to borrow more money. So he went the extra mile and used his mum's credit card for the parlays. And it wasn't like he was betting on basketball or football games.
You're betting on horses, right?
Bro stole the card so that he could bet on horses. This is like 90% chance, and I would know because I've done it myself. No, my mom's credit card, of course. That's insane. Ki-hun was so brass that he couldn't even get his daughter fried chicken on her birthday. Hashtag worst father in fiction. If you know the lore behind Squid Game, then you may have heard of a show called
No.
Oh, Fitz has told me
Fitz
about
talked
this.
about this. Fitz talked
Fitz
about
tells
this.
me
Fitz
this
talked
is a
about this.
fire
I won't
show.
speak about it too much because I intend to do a video on it at some point in the future. But just know that a lot of inspiration was taken from it when creating Squid Game. The anime follows the life of a bum called Kaiji,
Oh yeah, they walking with it in chat.
who similar to Kian had a gambling addiction, and just like all bad gamblers, he's in debt. But so am I. Let me tell you something real quick. University is the greatest scam to ever exist, but guys aren't ready for that conversation yet. Trust me. The main difference between this bozo and Kian is that he co-signed the debt of one of his co-workers. When you look at this from one perspective, you might think, oh, how generous. But no, how stupid. He barely knew the guy at the time, and now he has to pay the Yakuza millions of yen for a debt.
He took on the debt for another person?
That is crazy.
You could owe someone $5 and I'm not taking that. I ain't gonna lie.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm not taking it if you owe a nigga $1.
A nigga could be like, I don't like Stanley, and I'll just rat you out, bro.
A nigga could be like, I'm really impartial to Yo-Yo, and I'd be like, he said he don't
A nigga could not know you, and I'm just giving them your social security.
could tell me that your firstborn was about to die, and all they need for me to do is touch it, and they'll survive. And I'll tell them I'm busy.
If we was twins, I'd like dead off you in the embryo. Not even because I need the food from the umbilical cord, just to do it for the love of the game.
That wasn't even his. But
Memorizing where the buttons are on the stream deck has been my greatest ability,
I agree.
bro.
I do that with the sound.
just like Squid Game, he gets given a chance to clear it and then some
Never,
by
man.
playing a series of games. I don't know what's with these guys in gambling. When the fun stops, stop. The only gambling I've ever done was FIFA packs, and was it worth it? 1000%. I mean, I never
Spending money on FIFA is crazy, bro.
got anything good. Well, apart from that one time. But that's neither here nor there. The next person I have on this list is someone who was truly
you guys
stuck in the
have
mud, and his name is...
I knew it. Yeah, this bro.
And just like the character that came before him, Denji's also in debt to the Yakuza. No surprise there. But it's not even his fault. Like, he's just the product of a sad backstory. His mother died of a heart illness, and his dad, in the most PG way possible, turned into hangman. And as a parting gift, left him with a debt of 38 million yen. Denji was just a kid at the time. Where's he meant to get that type of money from? He ends up getting contracted to work for the Yakuza as a means to clear the amount. But for every job he did, they taxed him like crazy, to the point where he was having one slice of bread as his only meal for the day. Desperate times call for desperate measures because Denji sold his right eye, his kidney, and one of his nuts. I know you can buy and sell pretty much anything and everything on the black market, but who the flip is
Who's buying a singular testicle?
buying a
That crazy. That shit crazy.
singular nut? And if so, why? Actually, I take that back. I don't want to know why. It's evident that Denji was going through it for years, and yet he never even asked for much. All he ever wanted was a normal life, a life that consisted of a house rather than a shack, a life where he didn't have to imagine what jam and bread tastes like, a life that may even include
Imagine having to imagine what jam tastes like, bro. OD.
I don't even like jam.
Exactly. No, exactly. Exactly. Like, I imagine what it's like to sit in the C8 Corvette. That, but food. You know what I'm saying?
the girlfriend. Unlike all the other characters I've mentioned, Denji's situation is different because it wasn't due to a gambling addiction or extortionate city living. It was purely circumstantial, just like
All right, Mango.
reading or
He was broke? He was broke? I didn't know he was broke.
watching Charlie and the Chocolate Factory almost felt like a mandate growing up in the UK. However, Roald Dahl was a very good author, so no complaints from me. Charlie Bucket is a child born into poverty. He lived with his mom, dad, and all his grandparents in a house that is one,
Oh,
incomplete.
I did not
Charlie
know
slept on the
that.
top floor of the gaff, and the floor wasn't even finished. Number two, this place is literally leaning. Just look at the door. How?
On some low key shit though, it looks mad cozy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It
It
looks
looks
cozy.
calm. His family's love. Like, he might be poor, but he's rich in life. You know, that's what it was.
I
Like,
can see someone living this and being happy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks cozy, bro.
How is that even possible? Life at a Bucket residence. Charlie's dad probably had it the worst because he was doing graveyard shifts at a toothpaste factory just to come home to a wife that cooked nothing but cabbage water. Like, when are we gonna have chicken or something? And the description of their home life is 10 times worse in the book because they were only allowed seconds on Sundays. Bearing in mind, they still had cabbage water on Sundays, but they were just allowed more of it then. The book also mentions that everyone in the gaff had to save up for a whole year just to buy Charlie a chocolate bar for his birthday, which he then saved over the course of a month. That means he was having 1/30th of the bar every day. At that point, are you even enjoying it? I'm sure we are all somewhat clued up on the story of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but as usual, I'm a whiz through it regardless. Charlie finds money on the floor, buys a Wonka bar, and uncovers the last golden ticket, and the rest was history. Him and the 4 other brats go on a tour through Mr. Willie's factory, but one by
Niggas was dying in this home.
one, they succumb to their human nature: gluttony, pride, greed, and wrath. At the end of it all, Charlie was the last one left, and as a reward, Wonka gave him the entire chocolate factory. And mark my words when I say this come up was glorious, just like that OG soundtrack. As you already know, Mr. 456 won the Squid Game, dyed his hair, cut his hair, and went back for round 2. He's a better man than me because I would have said Gabos and gone to Mykonos. Denji massacred the Yakuza members that he was in debt to and got that normal life he always wanted. Kind of. And Kaiji, well, he went from being in debt to rich back to broke, so I guess it's a...
If I go from debt to rich to broke, I'm
Like on some Snowfall stuff.
Yeah, I might
not.
end it. I might end it.
When Peter never got a come up in the Sam Raimi trilogy, but I'm sure there's a rich Peter somewhere in the comics. Many of us can relate to these characters.
No, Peter OD like dead has the worst life because not only is he broke, but it's literally a canon event for his life to suck.
Yeah.
Like his life has to suck.
The
for him to do
universe
Spider-Man.
would shrivel and crumble and distort if he made bread.
Can you imagine being that hated in life?
Yeah, that's crazy looking to draw.
Yeah.
Imagine I get to some money and then the house starts collapsing. It's like Stanley made 100,000 today.
You get some bread and I develop like some crazy like illness, bro.
A third arm, bro.
Like, bro, that would be crazy. But hey, man, that's gonna be the video. I hope you guys liked it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. That's gonna be it from us. Peace.